Rumor has it, S&B changed the relationship status from besties to roomies. Friends or lovers, moving in is risky business. Anytime the rules change, you don't know how they'll change you. We take the risk because the payoff can be so great. But the truth is, we never truly know who we're living with or the company they keep. Better watch out, kids. Trouble's moving in, and it's looking to make the Upper East Side its bitch. Hi.
Hi.
Welcome back to 3 Gossip Girls, a Gossip Girl podcast. I'm Liz.
And I'm Michelle.
Tonight we watched Season 4, Episode 3, The Undergraduates. Original air date September 27th, 2010. Written by Amanda Lasher and directed by Norman Buckley. OG Gossip Girl staff on the episode.
Yeah.
On her first day at Columbia, Blair attempts to gain membership into an ultra-exclusive social club. Serena begins to suspect that Juliet is intentionally sabotaging her life, and it may have something to do with Nate. Rufus is worried about Dan and decides to take matters into his own hands.
Mm-hmm.
Some reveals in this episode. I did tease that Georgina would be back, and she was for a hot minute.
Happy to see her.
Yeah. It's always a good episode when Georgina is there. My glassful of gossip tonight is a mix of a European drink, Pellegrino, San Pellegrino, blood orange flavor, with some Canada Dry, mandarin orange flavored.
I love orange
to
seltzer.
cut the sweetness.
Mm-hmm.
I picked an orange drink because I felt as though this episode I wanted to name the glassful of gossip Under Construction, because Gossip Girl's website was under construction, and it's a symbol for all of our characters, especially Chuck. And I just felt like, oh, they're working on themselves. They're under construction. It's a new year, new school year.
Cute.
And orange, because construction signs are normally orange.
That's correct.
There you go, my explanation.
So cute. And this is the first time I believe that I had a star fruit.
Oh, I'm sorry. And my garnish, I didn't even mention, was a star fruit. That was like my little, I call it Randy and I, when we go to the supermarket, sometimes we'll come home with a mystery item.
I do that too.
And so if he goes to the supermarket, he'll get some random fruit, vegetable we've never seen or had before. So a couple weeks ago, we have had dragon fruit, but I brought it home just to like, it's so pretty and pink with the like kiwi looking seeds in it. And then we also had the star fruit. And I was like, oh, that would be fun in the drink because it's a star shape and there are celebrities in this episode at the Fashions Night Out.
Yeah.
So it was all fitting.
It was very good, Liz,
and then European, like for Fleur.
Yes.
Forever her name will be Fleur on this podcast.
Sorry, Eva.
Yeah. It's hard for me to remember it is Eva. It physically does not come out of my mouth because I want to call her Eva. I know that's not her name.
So weird because all I think of her as Eva.
Okay.
Eva doesn't even come to my mind.
Okay, good. I'm just going to cut it. Alyssa, you're going to get your shit together. It's Eva.
I'll just correct you.
Or just Fleur.
Just call her Fleur.
Yeah. Wanted to refresh our listeners and Michelle on our 3 gossip words from last week. Key, which fitting for the head key holder. What do they call her? Juliet. But also a key for the Hamilton house and a key for potentially our roommates.
Yeah.
For
our multiple
our
roommates.
new roommates. And then outsider could have went with Chuck, as you said last week. I meant it for Serena, actually.
That when watching, that's how I took it.
And it works for Juliet, too, because obviously she doesn't belong in this world, even though she puts on a great facade.
It also works for Fleur.
It also works for Flo. So there you go. And then insult. Now, when Blair insults Eva in this episode, I told everyone in the chat, I've watched this 4 times. I still get so infuriated when Blair insults her in the dress shop. So I felt like I had to add that as my last gossip word. And she insults her. And you know what? There's a lot of insulting in general in the episode, which it's Gossip Girl, of course.
Right.
Okay. So as I said, Gossip Girl website, under construction. She ain't nowhere to be found in the beginning of the school year. And Blair is so upset because she's like, there's no one to track my first day at Columbia.
And Dorota's sitting there hey, Dorota, so nice to see you.
So great.
Keeps hitting refresh.
She's like, keep refreshing, keep pressing that button. And so on the contrary, Serena is so happy Gossip Girl isn't around because now she can't stir up trouble on her first day back. However, Eric's like, yeah, she's not gone though. She's just under construction. Don't worry.
There's just a glitch.
A little glitch. So over at Columbia, Blair and Serena meet up and they're walking and talking about how they're going to divide and conquer this year at Columbia like they did in Paris. Blair even suggests they become members of Hamilton House, which is a very exclusive and restrictive club. Apparently there's this is like a charter of that club in all different colleges.
Yeah, it apparently makes Soho House look like a halfway house.
Apparently. And also Nate was potentially a member. Serena thought he was keeping it on the DL, which we do find out he is a member. But they select incoming students, and it's by an anonymous alumni. So if you're selected, you go to the keymaster to see if you get a key. So Blair and Serena enter Hamilton House, where they go and spot Penelope. Oh, Penelope Shafai is back in the building.
It's so good to see her.
I was happy. It was fun to bring back an old friend, especially one that just riles Blair and Serena up so much.
Is Nellie Yuki on the island?
No, she's not on the island.
Cool.
And neither is Isabel.
Oh, I don't really care much about Isabel, but
I know.
Nellie
She's
Yuki
not
and
the
Penelope.
Fun one. Sorry, Isabel.
Yeah, sorry.
But Penelope is always stirring the tea.
Oh,
she
yeah.
loves it. And of course, she's a member of Hamilton House, and her great aunt or whatever is, a founding member. So she's by hierarchy involved in the Hamilton House. And so she's as bitchy as ever. Her banter with the girls literally has not changed. It's really funny. And she points them into the direction of the keymaster, who is Juliet Sharp. I'm like, I don't know why I'm surprised, but also like, what? But what?
All I can say is when all of this comes out, when we wrap up on Juliet, the shit better be explained.
It better be explained. Yeah.
Wait, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
When we first met Juliet, well, not with her and Nate, she was volunteering for Eleanor.
Yes, for an event that Eleanor was a part of.
Okay, so not
technically
for
she
Eleanor.
doesn't work for Eleanor.
Okay, so it wasn't.
She's just
Eleanor
good at
didn't
volunteering
pick
with everything. Apparently,
no, that's fine and good for you. But how did you become keymaster? Something is not.
There's a disconnect there. Yeah, and so when I saw her, I'm like, what? She goes from like being this cool, nonchalant, aloof girl that Nate starts to like, and then all of a sudden, overnight, you're like this stuck-up, snobby bitch key holder at Columbia. Since when did you go to Columbia? Never heard you go to Columbia before.
Right. Okay, so in order to be a part of Hamilton House,
you'd have to go to a college at least, and now
or just Columbia or a college.
Well, I'm assuming from what I understand, there's Hamilton houses around the college, maybe Ivies or something like that.
Okay,
but this is the charter. Is that what they call it? They call it a charter.
This is a world I'm not sure
We're not
of.
from the fraternity sorority type.
Well, I don't know if this is sorority, but maybe someone can clue us in on it.
Yeah, I think this is just like a subsect of this club, but this is like this is Columbia's Hamilton House. But she's the key holder,
right.
Or at least one of the key holders. Like that's like a pretty important role. Like how would you get this? Also, how old are you?
Yeah.
There's what grade are you in? Are you a sophomore? Are you a senior?
Is she alumni?
Does she even go to Columbia? Like lots of questions here. Hopefully, we'll answer them, but it's definitely suspicious.
Yeah, a little bit.
So the girls go up to her and they introduce themselves, and Juliet acts like she has no idea who Serena is, even though they met yesterday, I'm pretty sure, because Nate was in the same shirt he was wearing at the brunch, but yet it's the next day because Chuck woke up and also the girls are going to school. So it's a little confusing, but they met maybe 2 days a day ago.
And the bottom line is,
she knows who she is.
You know who she is. Nate spent his whole time explaining to you who Serena was. You know who Serena is.
So she does a poor job of saying that, oh, yeah, Serena, right. So I have a key. I only have one. And it's to Blair. Shocker, because even Blair was surprised that it wasn't the Serena Vanderwoods and It Girl to get the key. So then at that moment, there's a Gossip Girl blast that comes through. She's like, I'm back, bitches. Spills all the tea. Chuck and his new accessory, Eva, which kind of embarrasses Blair because obviously this is the first time she's actually seen her on his arm in New York City. And then all other things, which we'll get into, but there's a live stream video of the girls at Hamilton House, which I'm like, how is this happening?
Penelope,
I guess, but there were other girls in the background holding up their camera phones.
There could have been
so
any
I'm like,
one of them.
who is live streaming this?
Well, any
Could
one
have
of
been
them.
any of them,
but probably Penelope, if I had to guess.
Probably,
don't you
Penelope.
think she's the one who has it out for?
She's always into that.
Also, hello, live stream on Gossip Girl.
This is the first of many times it's used on Gossip Girl. So.
Right.
New season, new type of technology. But when all is said and done, Juliet tells Serena, like, you need to leave because this is a members only club. So Serena leaves. Outside, Blair is trying her best to make Serena feel better, saying that, oh, I won't accept if they don't accept you. And pretty much like waiting for Serena to give her the okay to and give her the blessing to stay in Hamilton House, in which she's super excited, but they decide they'll meet later to go over their first day at Columbia. So Serena's left by herself because Blair goes inside and she immediately calls Dan, who is having a crazy morning because he doesn't know where Georgina is. He found out she is in St. Bart's and not at the spa, and now he's concerned like she's not coming back. So then he hangs up on her really quickly and she sees Nate, who is not so nice, saying that, you know, he's got to go. He can't show her around campus. And she's like, okay, well, maybe we can just catch up anyway. And he's like, not now. I have my own club I need to go to. Very, very short with her. So later on, there's this Hamilton House soiree in motion. It's like Constance 2.0.
It really is.
The girls are sitting on the steps drinking their drinks.
It went from yogurts to martinis.
Exactly. It's just the upscale version of Constance. And Serena calls Blair and she's like, look, I'm starving. When are we going to get dinner? And Blair has to lie because Juliet's like, you can't leave. You have to tell us like about your royalty experience. And so Blair's like, but can I invite Serena? And of course they're like, no, just members only. She can't come. And I wouldn't want her to feel hurt about it. So don't mention it. So she tells Serena that she doesn't feel well. She's going to take a bubble bath and call it a night. So after they hang up, Serena immediately goes on her laptop and goes on Gossip Girl, in which there's another live stream of Blair just cheersing away at Hamilton House.
I mean, don't you think this is again Penelope?
Most likely. And she's like, oh, well, now I know what Blair was doing. Why did she lie to me? So the next day, Serena confronts Blair, very maturely, mind you, about canceling. She's like, look, I know you're going to do this Hamilton House stuff. It's cool. Just don't lie to me next time. And Blair's like, oh, well, you know, Julia told me not to say anything to you. She's like, okay, so now I'm convinced Juliet is just trying to manipulate my entire life. This must be her whole scheme. And so Blair's upset by it because it makes it seem like it's like belittling her opportunity to have been in Hamilton House. And so she rebuttals saying that Serena's pretty much just a sore loser. Like you didn't win and now you're a sore loser and college is not easy for you, sucks to suck for you. And she leaves and Serena ends up seeing another girl get a key to Hamilton House. So now she knows for sure that Juliet is like on her case.
Yeah, and it's also one of those situations too where Serena's right, but she's coming off
but
like
it comes off
very self-centered.
Yeah, exactly.
And I can understand Blair's point too, because I probably react the same way.
Yeah, like, come on.
Really?
You selfish girl.
You think she's obsessed with you just like you think everybody's obsessed with you?
Right, like get over yourself.
Right.
Yep. So at Columbia, Serena tracks down Juliet and she goes up to her and she just accuses her of like going to the absolute max just to hold on to Nate. Like, obviously you're jealous that we have a past and like, I mean, this is one event, Serena. It's a little paranoid. I feel like for you to say like, you know, you're just jealous of Nate and I's past relationship.
I know. I kind of wish she used something else.
Something else?
It's and not the relationship, but I guess she doesn't have anything else.
She doesn't have it.
If you're jealous of my status, but that sounds worse.
Yes, but this is like her logic was it has to be about Nate.
Right.
You know?
Well, what else
but
would
to
it
the
be?
audience, like maybe it's more so than that.
Well, we know it's more so than that.
Yes. So she spins it like, maybe it's because of the Nate thing. And then Juliet says, well, actually, no, you were accepted into Hamilton House, but someone else didn't want you to be a part of it, hinting that it was Blair. And apparently Blair told the committee about Pete Fairman. This guy keeps getting circled and circled around for 4 seasons now of the guy who OD'd in front of Serena and happens to have been on tape. And now it's like, ugh. Okay, so Serena believes Juliet and she storms off thinking that Blair sold her out. So I asked Michelle immediately, do you think Juliet was telling the truth? And she goes, oh, no.
No. And she's like, do you think Blair did this? And I said, absolutely not.
No.
Absolutely not.
Yes. So over to Chuck for a moment at the Empire. Chuck wakes up to find Eva on the rooftop at the Empire, and we certainly are not in Kansas anymore. She's like, what is this whole world? She's looking at the city skyline like, oh my goodness, you guys, like, you just live in a completely different world than me. And then they decide to just do it on the balcony, which was actually super cute. I didn't mind it that much.
Yeah,
nothing she does bothers me.
No, she's a very pure soul.
Pure, little angel, a little blonde angel.
Yeah.
So later on, Chuck gets a text from Lily telling him to come over because Eric and Rufus aren't home because obviously they're not as forgiving as she is. And then even Gossip Girl spills the beans on them later on because they weren't really supposed to be meeting up. But Nate comes in and he gives Chuck back his little black book. He's like, I had a crazy summer, but like I'm past this now. And he's only after one girl that won't go out with him, aka Juliet.
Right.
And Chuck is like this new man. Oh, have faith. And he looks at the garbage can, throws his black book in the garbage can. He's like, I found the girl that changed me. It changed everything. And he's like, what the? And Ava comes out at that moment. She's like, let me make you guys breakfast. And Chuck's like, no, we don't cook here. We have people who do that for us. And she just can't believe. And she looks at Nate like, oh my God. And Nate's like, I live in this world. I don't really get this.
Right.
But he's like, and I have a whole day booked at the spa for you. I'm like, what?
I want that.
I would die if I was her. I just would be like, what dream did I
also awkward feeling too.
Awkward. Yeah. Like you're getting so
pampered and you don't know why.
And just constantly.
And still not really understanding or knowing what is his past and who are you?
Right. We don't know exactly what he has told her. So it's like, is this like just your inheritance money that you still claim that you had? And which is technically true. I mean, it is like inheritance, but then he owns a hotel. So it's like he's got a lot of money and she just entered this world. She had no idea what to expect. So they part ways. Chuck heads to the Vander Watsons and has a talk with Mother Dearest Lily, which we always love their talks. It's very sweet. Except I was telling Michelle, the music, piano, something in the background was very awkward to me, the way they were speaking. And, Chuck, even though Ed Westwick has a British accent, I almost felt like he needed to have his British accent in this moment, like it was a Downton Abbey situation.
It was dramatic.
Yes. And so he apologizes. And the way he apologizes, too, didn't feel very heartfelt for me, but also what he's saying is I'm a changed person and I feel terrible about what happened between me and Jenny. And Lily says, well, as I forgive you, the rest of my family hasn't yet. So we don't want to like push your luck with them. And so, like I said, he mentions he met this great woman who has changed him and he wants her to meet his family. And so Lily suggests that he bring her to Fashion Night Out so that everyone can mingle and it's not so formal or forced that they meet her. And so he agrees for Eva and him to join. So Chuck is shopping with Eva and he's helping her pick out a dress for the event. And he gets a call from his lawyer, so he has to leave her to pick a dress or however many is on the Bass bill that she needs to, which she only picked out like one dress. Because like who would just like be like, yeah, let's just have 10 dresses.
But also we didn't see the dress that she tried on.
No, we didn't. It's not. Unless she didn't purchase that one. I don't know. I like to believe that she only purchased one dress.
I like to think that she came with a dress, but I don't think that dress was hers.
No, I don't
Even though it
think so.
was very much her.
It was very.
No,
I
think
beaded look.
You're right. Only one dress.
Right?
Only one dress.
I just have this like sense of the angelic. I just can't get past it. But
yeah.
Poor Eva. Little does she know, Blair and Juliet are shopping at the same store, and the two girls are having this discussion about Serena and her not getting into Hamilton House. And so then Juliet tells Blair, like, look, isn't it good to have something that's just your own for once? Just keeps like just pushing
manipulative.
So manipulative. And she says it in the way where you're like, oh yeah,
you're right.
I get it. Exactly. She's manipulating Blair, manipulating Nate. And then tells Blair, meet me for inaugural drinks later at the Hamilton House party, which we mentioned. So Juliet leaves, but then Eva spots Blair. And she's like, oh, hello, Blair. Do you remember me? I didn't actually get a chance to introduce myself. And Blair will not even touch her hand. She's so disgusted by her. It gets me so angry even talking about this. And she's trying to be like, just gracious and like feel like, yeah, this is an awkward situation, but like I'm trying to make it nice. And Blair just like left and right insults her about her like pesky hands and you should get gloves. I was so mad the whole time, but she leaves Eva just like in shock. She's like, boom. It's like the Gossip Girl, like boom for each scene. That was like what Blair just left on her.
You know what's funny? I don't know if now I'm jaded when it comes to Blair's insults because you were so heated.
I know, but it's
also your fourth time watching.
Oh, yeah.
And for me, I'm like, well, yeah, of course she'd act this way.
But of course she'd act this way. But again, it's season 4 Blair. I don't know why I would think there would be any such growth. Well, but also she's extremely jealous.
Yes, and also not with the girl that Chuck is dating.
And the girl that changed Chuck.
Yeah,
she changed him.
Listen, I would probably
I get it. I would have ran away if I was Blair, but I'm not Blair.
Internally, probably not the most nice person.
Oh, no. I would be
feeling-wise
dying inside, but I would never bring it to the surface like Blair.
No.
So that's why it hurts me so much. But I do understand where it's coming from.
Yeah.
She's just so incredibly like self-conscious and devastated that the love of her life has now found someone better for him.
And, it's one thing to say, I still want you in my life, so to speak, in Paris. Right. And then now you're back in New York and you're right in my face.
Yeah. So there's nowhere to hide.
There's nowhere to hide. I can't even grow without you in my field of vision.
Yep.
You're just in front of me with this new woman. That's tough.
It sucks. And I don't wish it upon anyone because that feeling of seeing a past relationship, lover with someone else is an awful feeling.
It is really
awful. Shitty.
Yeah.
So for Rufus and Eric, as we said, they were not happy with Lily meeting up with Chuck. And Eric texts Rufus saying, like, I thought he wasn't allowed in our house, and now he's here. And so Rufus is like, oh shit, I have to deal with this, as he's trying to deal with telling Dan that Milo isn't his son. Like, Rufus is having a bad morning. And so Rufus ends up going to the Vanderwoodson house and confronting Lily about Chuck, but Lily kind of smooths it over a little bit and saying that Chuck has changed and she vouches for him, and she just begs Rufus to please reconsider giving him another chance. And then Rufus states that even Jenny told him what happened between the two wasn't his fault, which again, consensual. I'm not going to get into that situation, but he decides, okay, I'm going to try and keep the peace for my family, which, okay, admirable.
Yeah.
Hard to do
when
it comes to your daughter, your flesh and blood. So later on at the Vanderwoodsons, Rufus and Eric are getting ready for the event. And Rufus mentions that Chuck will be coming after all, and they should both give him a second chance. And Eric is so fired up. He's like, no, how many chances can we give Chuck Bass? This is his millionth chance, and reveals that Chuck tried to force himself on Jenny her freshman year.
Years ago.
Yeah, years ago. Right. And so Rufus is like, just seeing red at this point, like, okay, get me towards Chuck because I'm going to fucking kill him.
Yeah, I mean, I would too.
Yeah. Before we get to the party, over to Dan. Dan has told Vanessa about Milo not being his son. So now this morning he wakes up, thinks Milo's his son. Daddy comes over, tells him, genetics, he's not your son.
JK,
I'm sorry. It doesn't work like that. And so
not your baby.
Now on Gossip Girl, he sees Georgina is in St. Bart's and she's supposed to be at the spa. I don't know where the spa is. I'm assuming somewhere in the city, maybe not, maybe Connecticut.
She's at the spa in St. Bart's.
But now we figure out maybe she went to the spa in St. Bart's, but he can't reach her. He can't call her. She took her passport. He doesn't know where she went. So he's calling all these hotels at St. Bart's and he can't locate her. So Dan and Vanessa decide they're going to go to Child Protective Services just to kind of figure out some information. What do they do further? And he leaves immediately. He feels devastated because potentially they'd be putting him in foster care, which he could be bounced from home to home, and then it could take years before he's even adopted. And then even then he probably couldn't even see him because he's not his biological father, which is awful. And he's like, if Georgina doesn't return, I'm just taking Milo and I'm raising him as my son. Craziness.
Probably do the same thing.
Of course. I mean, you can't just...
You already love this
child.
You already love
this child. You already thought this was your child. Why not in your eyes can it be your child?
Right.
So that's just crazy. And they go back to the loft and Dan and Vanessa start discussing he might potentially drop out of school. Vanessa's going to take early classes. She's going to move in to help Dan take care of Milo. 3 men and a baby style.
Right.
Fucking
and he's
love this movie.
Definitely Gutenberg.
And he says, as long as I'm not Gutenberg, Dan, I hate to tell you, you are 1,000% Gutenberg.
Newsflash. 100%, buddy.
You were 100%. It is what it is.
Yeah.
All while this is happening, quickly, Nady Boy, he's desperately seeking Juliet. And he tracks her down wanting to go on a date. And she's hesitant. She knows she feels it, but she doesn't think he's over Serena. He's like, oh no, Serena's definitely out of the picture. I'm like, okay, sure. She's out of the picture. But she mentions that she's volunteering at the fashion event. And so he's like, oh, I'll just do it too so we could be near each other. And she's like, oh, wow, you're really, you're doing everything you can. He's like, well, I've never had to work this hard. I'm like, oh, you never had to work this hard to get the Punani name. I'm sorry.
But I also feel
your life's so hard.
That's not true.
It's not true. I feel like he's worked equally as hard on all the girls.
Yes, I'm just thinking about all the other girls. What's her face from last season?
Brie?
Yeah.
Was that last? No, that wasn't even. That was second season, right? No, that was last season.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Catherine, for sure that was a hot mess. But Brie, worked a little less hard. But this is about as equal as it would be. This is less work than Serena.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? Less work than Blair.
Right. And
I mean, that was childhood things.
No, I know. But also you've technically gone out with this woman. She knows everything about you.
Right. You're basically
you just
dating.
haven't slept with her.
Exactly. So to him, it's we have this emotional connection, but I need the physical.
I need the physical.
So on to the next day. It's Fashion's night out. This huge event. The scene of Chuck and Eva made me laugh because literally he was with a cane last episode, and then this episode he's walking fine. Did anyone else notice that? The scene he comes walking in, he's like, Eva, are you ready? He's walking completely fine. I'm like, it was just 24 hours ago that you were Geppetto Chuck holding a cane, and now you're not him at all.
Listen, what happens in Paris stays in Paris.
I guess
he healed his way into when he became rich again, quote unquote, and overseas.
Yeah, maybe he thought it wasn't a good look for Chuck Bass to come walking in with
definitely
a cane.
Not a good look.
But it's cool. It's a
totally could have been.
It's totally
a look.
He could have rocked it. So I got shot, but I'm totally good now. Look at my life story. I'm a changed man.
Check out my swag.
Exactly. But he missed opportunity there. But he gets a text from Lily, who is excited to meet Eva at the party. And then Eva emerges from the bedroom and she's not ready to go. And she tells him, I ran into Blair, who completely solidified her feelings of being an outsider and not belonging in Chuck's world, and just maybe would embarrass him. And Chuck assures her, look, the only people that would be embarrassed would be themselves. You are the perfect, just little angel.
He's a perfect example of what a human
and what they aren't and what they should be. Yeah,
and they were gonna fall for everything that she
Yes.
What's the
Exudes?
word? Yes,
Exudes?
thank you. Everything she has, her energy.
Yeah.
And especially Lily would love her.
Especially Lily. And he says, don't worry about Blair. She knows just how to sense people's weaknesses, and she thrives. She lives for that.
That's her MO.
She's great at it. So if Eva doesn't put on a face that she's, can get in under her skin, then maybe she'll be okay. Like, just don't worry about her. Just try and enjoy your night. So she agrees to go with him after all. And at the party, Chuck approaches Rufus and Eric alone to apologize. And now, knowing what Rufus knows, he is just absolutely infuriated. Can't even look at Chuck and says that, I can't even believe what you have done. And Chuck says, well, I promise it was in the past and I never do anything like that again. Now, this is tough for me to hear because I feel like you've thought about doing it once, which means, and we knew you have tried to do it again. It's not a one-time thing. And even if it was a one-time thing, you're apologizing because you got caught. You're not apologizing for the action.
100%
so
correct.
It's like, while I hear you, Chuck, you're trying to change, but the fact that only maybe 2 years ago, this was the old you when you were like power hungry. I can manipulate the situation because I'm Chuck Bass. I don't know how you apologize for that because honestly, like, I don't think you're sorry. Like, you just are sorry you got caught for the situation. And like, yeah, it's a shitty thing when people announce it like, oh, I did this. Like, oh shit, I shouldn't have done that. We shouldn't have done that because you shouldn't have done it.
Yeah, and Jenny wasn't the first one.
And we know Jenny wasn't the first one.
I mean, in the pilot, doesn't he go
Serena.
to Serena? Yeah,
yeah. So we know that's for sure. So Rufus tells Chuck, like, hey, I want to tell your new girlfriend the type of monster that she's getting herself involved with. And so Eva comes over. And in order to distract Eva from getting hurt, in sense, she does end up getting hurt anyway, but Chuck tells Rufus that she's just a social climber trying to get attention from Chuck Bass. And so the two men end up getting distracted. She walks away upset, and like, I understood it in the moment, but also it was like totally self-preservation for Chuck. Yeah. Because he's like, okay, now they don't know Eva's the one. And also it's like I'm the one to hurt Eva, not them.
Right.
Which he was okay with. I mean, it's a typical Chuck MO in my opinion, but.
Yeah. It also does keep her out of, it's insulting for her, but then they don't know her.
Right.
So she.
Yet.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So. Later on, Chuck is sitting with Lily and he feels defeated knowing that he hurt Eva. And then another thing that bothered me is Lily says that she told Rufus that Jenny confided in her about what happened with her and Chuck a while ago. I'm assuming the molestation, whatever. And Jenny wants to put the past in the past, so we should do that. I'm like, it didn't sit well with me hearing Lily say that. Lily, Chuck's disgusting uncle tried to do the same shit to you. Are you putting the past in the past about that? I don't know. It didn't sit with me well. And I was like, they're like trying to push over. And this is how dated the show is. And it's only 10 years ago at this point.
Yeah.
That like how minuscule this little issue is. Like, we're just pushing over, like, Chuck's changing. Whatever Jack did was fine. Like, we're going to put the past in the past. Bothered me. Yeah. But I'm trying to put myself in 2010 and like, as much as it's not okay.
Yeah, but we're watching
in 21.
Anyway, I don't want to speak for myself in 2010. But
yeah.
I'm pretty sure I would not be okay with this.
Of course not.
Plus, we were older at the time.
That's true.
But it's just, you're absolutely right. Everyone's just trying, he's changed. He's moving on.
Yeah, they're trying to smooth it over. And so hearing Lily even say that just upset me.
Right.
That she was like, well, Jenny's trying to get past it, so like the whole family should do that too. And then you'll see even next episode, like, Rufus is much better with Chuck. And I'm like, But so Chuck, he sees Eva trying to leave, get into the limo, and he runs up to her and she's just like, explain yourself. Like, I don't know who the old Chuck Bass was. So you saying that I'm a social climber, like, I believed it. I thought you were someone that I was afraid I was going to meet tonight. And he says, no, I'm embarrassed. I'm the one who was the embarrassment of the night, and explains he has a dark past and he didn't care about anything since he's met Eva is the moment he changed his life, which I believe, at least.
I think that's how he believes.
I think, yes, he believes he's changed his life the moment he met Eva. The past is not deleted in his mind. He's trying to rehash it, but you know, the people you've hurt, it's hard for them to get past it.
Right.
So the two go off to talk, and then I guess Chuck assumed that Eva left because of all the bad things he's done, and he ends up bumping into Blair. And she's like, oh, Eva didn't last more than 2 days here. And he's like, I guess not. And as soon as he sees her across the room, he's like, bye, Blair. Good to see you. And just eyes light up, goes to kiss her. And she's like, I met this new guy, and I think I trust that he can still be this new guy.
She's choosing to believe the new guy.
And so the two end up, kissing in front of Blair, which, ouch.
Yeah.
And they turn around and they go, and he ends up introducing her to his family, which we don't see. I would have liked to see that.
I want to see that exchange.
Yeah. So, and then my whole spiel about this whole Chuck situation, a part of me, my 19-year-old self or a 20-year-old self at this point, was actually extremely excited to see Chuck go and introduce Eva to his family. And I know that's crazy after all the shit I just talked about him, but like the nostalgia aspect, like you're Seth Cohen, even though Seth Cohen obviously not even on the light years away from this type of show, but I was just like, oh, Chuck and Eva, so cute.
Well, because we really like Eva, and
I like her.
I like who she is. She's not corrupt in this world.
Right.
She's pure. She believes in him, and how wonderful to have someone believe in you and come from a pure, loving space.
Exactly.
So yeah,
she's
good for him. So I cheer for this.
Okay.
Even though
at least I wasn't the only one.
I cheer for this, and when she came back and she's like, "I'm choosing to believe in you," like I love that practice.
Yes.
I don't love we're just gonna
brush it over and
because it's tough.
Who's to say he told her everything?
Well, listen, the other thing was it's still the same night. Like, how long was this conversation? Right. Did you like sum it up?
Had to have been a very
on
quick.
The sidewalk, like, hey, I did XYZ, and no, this is like you sit down and over a cup of coffee, or you have a drink, and this is like hours long,
and then weeks, because there's still not enough time.
Like,
at
which
this
part
point.
did you tell her?
Right, I'm curious as to what he led with.
Right, where'd you start?
Yeah. So, we must mention what happened between Serena and Blair at the event. Now, Serena arrives on a mission to go and have a smackdown with Blair because she thinks that she talks shit about her to the Hamilton house. And so Penelope's super into this. Like, I love a Serena Blair smackdown. I'm into this. And all the Minion-esque girls, and they go and they see that they're fighting on Gossip Girl, live action feed. The girls are like scratching at each other and pulling each other's hair, and you see a piece of Blair's extension fly out. And Juliet comes over and she's like, what are we watching? And decides she's going to blast it on the TV for the entire party to watch. And so all these kids are gathered around the television. And then after it's been on for a few minutes, she decides, we have to go save our sister Blair.
Juliet's like, that's enough now.
That's enough now.
You plugged it in. I mean, this fight was great.
This fight was amazing.
Because we had, you're into Nate, and then you're into Padge, and then you're into Nate, and then it's like, check this, check that.
I loved it. It was so great. So petty and so hysterical. And so Juliet's like, we need to go save Sister Blair, runs over to the curtain, pulls it back, and they're just chilling with their champagne, and Dorota's there, and she's so super cute. She's like, anyone want champagne?
The best.
The best. It's so great. And they're like, you thought you would one-up us. Like, this might have worked at Constance, but not at Columbia. We're not that dumb. So, of course, Serena and Blair plot against Juliet, and Juliet gets extremely embarrassed, and she runs away. And Nate tries to go after her, Actually, before that, Lily comes over and says, a lot of Bass industry members are alumni of Hamilton House, and Serena was a shoo-in. Like, she was totally going to get in. So she makes Juliet give Serena her key. Embarrassing. Juliet runs away. Nate runs after her, like I said. And before he can even catch up with her, Serena goes up to Nate. She's like, "Are you really running after Juliet?" And Nate's like, yeah, I didn't really enjoy the show like most people. And admits to Serena, like, you came back into town so nonchalant, and I realized I am still really mad at you for cheating on me. You cheated on me. You come back here and act like everything's fine, like we're friends, and I'm not okay with it.
Okay.
And he chose Juliet. So he goes after her, and they decide that, they have feelings for each other, and they kiss, and
Kind of.
Blair and Serena see it, and they're like, oh, whatever. Who cares?
Great.
Yeah. But at least Nate and Serena got closure, because I felt like Nate was like hanging on thread, and Serena's like, we're friends. I'm like, but 5 minutes ago in the limo, you can decide if you wanted Nate or Dan, but now you're friends.
Right. And also, you didn't speak to him yet. I know she tried and he was busy, but...
Yes, he was mad.
Right. On his pissed. Time, he got it out.
He was upset, and now he's come to the realization that, like, I'm just not over it yet.
Right.
And let's just pass the time with Juliet.
I'm into this one.
Yeah.
She's a challenge.
She's a challenge, exactly. Well, not anymore, since now he's got the girl.
Right.
To sum up, Dan, he's sweetly bonding with Milo, and Georgina comes back into town, and she's forced to explain everything. And she admits that when she was on the plane heading to Minsk, she hooked up with a man named Sergei, and he got her pregnant. Sergei then told his wife, Oksana, that Georgina was pregnant, and threatened her life, pretty much, threatened Georgina's life. So Georgina comes back to the city, where 3 men named Boris were hired to kill her, and realized if she can only make Oksana believe that the baby wasn't Sergei's, then she'd be in the clear. So she had Sergei's DNA sent into the lab, but she labeled it Dan Humphrey, hence thinking Dan Humphrey was the father, which the plan ended up working. Oksana called off her Goonies, and now it's not Dan's baby, and he's free, to do his life, and she's gonna take the baby because she reconciled with her family, and now she's gonna go.
Thanks for your help, Patch.
But he's not your son, so I could do whatever the fuck I want.
I appreciate it.
Really, really
You're
shitty.
off the hook.
Yeah, this is really shitty.
This is like emotional trauma.
It is. And he just he loved this baby like his own, thinking it was. And then nonetheless, he literally just took care of this baby that wasn't his own. And you're like, I'm just going to take him now.
Well, so he says to her, I'm not letting you take. And she's like, you're not the parent.
You don't have a choice. You literally don't have a choice.
Sign the birth certificate?
He did. And so in the chat, Jillian's like, what? Like, that's a legal document. He signed it, bitch, in court. That's not going to hold up.
Is it fake?
And then I'm like, well, maybe it's fake. I honestly don't know at this point. I don't know. It's probably fake. I mean, because how else can she get away with it?
It's probably fake,
It's definitely fake.
Yeah. Go Georgina.
So, she's so super manipulative. Like, we think Juliet's bad. I mean, Georgina's like a next level just Russian spy. Like, she's good. Who they approach her, of course, the Hudson branch or whatever. She's so funny. All right, so our last few scenes, Dan and Vanessa are like, air quotes, mourning the loss of Milo in the apartment, and Vanessa's like, hey, I'm not gonna move in. I'm gonna go take my stuff back. And Dan's like, no, I still think it's a good idea that you move in. So Badge is living together.
Guess he doesn't think it's a good idea.
No,
this girl.
No one thinks it's a good idea. And they start to unpack her shit, and like, oh my goodness.
I can't believe that Vag is a couple right now.
Same. It baffles me.
Like, I did not see this coming.
I truly didn't. I really thought we were past this.
I really thought, like, after threesome and then into twosome, we were done.
Same.
And especially with feelings for Serena, but we're continuing.
Oh my God.
We're actually, they're the only two at NYU at this point. Right?
Yes. I mean, but we don't even see NYU
I know.
even in the slightest yet.
But they could essentially just stay in their own little bubble.
They could.
And not be influenced.
Yes. Another pair of roomies over at the Waldorfs, Blair and Serena are discussing the night that they just had. And Blair admits that seeing Chuck with Eva was a lot harder than she expected. And then Serena admits college was a lot harder than she expected. And then Blair surprises her with a bedroom at Casa Waldorf. And so now the girls will be living together off campus storming too. At the Empire, Eva also begins to unpack her things. Lots of roommate situations going on. And she's like seeming kind of nervous, but like maybe wondering what her new life is going to be here with Chuck. And then finally, our last scene, Juliet is shown at a prison. She's visiting a man, and she explains to him that the boys were easy to manipulate, but the girls are presenting more of a challenge. And so she promises that they'll get it done, and then takes his hand. And that's our final scene.
Who is this? And I whispered to Listen, like, am I supposed to know who this is?
No, you're not supposed to know who this is. And we did have other people question, newbies, like, are we supposed to know who it is? I don't know who it is. I mean, I do because I've watched further, but no, he's a new character. We don't know who he is and why Juliet would be working with him.
Better be good. I feel like I'm usually let down when things are led to us.
Just keep Shannon in the back of your mind at all times.
Don't take it too seriously, Michelle. I just hear her. She's on my shoulder, like my little shoulder angel.
Yes, but we will come back in the second half, get through all of our segments, and don't worry, Michelle will be predicting what's to come.
Yes. We hope you're enjoying this week's episode. We wanted to take this time to tell you a little bit about our Patreon. As you may or may not know, we are a small indie production company, and every bit of funding goes into our podcast so we can produce the best shows of your favorite and our favorite nostalgic teen dramas.
Over at Total Betty Media, we have 2 tiers. The $4.99 tier, aka the Noobsies. In this tier, you get our podcast episode a day early without ads. Our birthday club, which means you get a card from us during your birthday month. Our network news to keep you informed via email, and any other Patreon bonus content, including bonus episodes, minisodes, behind the scenes, and our Topic Tuesday discussions.
The $7.99 tier, aka the Upper East Siders, gets all previously mentioned perks with addition of being a guest on our podcast, invitation to group events like our group hangs via Zoom, game nights, and movie nights. You will also receive access to our private Discord channel, which is pretty much the best group chat ever.
We also offer annual memberships, which means you can get a discount on your tier of choice if you decide to pledge for the year.
We so appreciate each and every one of you and could not do this without your support.
So if you're interested in joining our Patreon fam, head over to patreon.com/TotalBettyMedia. All right. Hope you enjoyed your break. Going to start out with some trivia. The episode rated 7.7 on IMDb. I feel like that's a tad low. I enjoyed it actually a little bit more than last week's episode.
I did too.
Just more fun with the drama and finding out the Juliet stuff and
Georgina's
Dan
back.
getting the revelation that it's not his son.
Yeah,
but
good stuff.
You know, still good overall. The episode title is based off the movie The Underneath. Never heard of it. Sounds like a horror movie.
What? Okay, whatever.
I feel like that didn't work. I thought maybe Undergraduates was like The Graduate.
Yeah. Well,
but not because it does plot wouldn't make sense at all. But I don't know. As we said earlier, this is the first Gossip Girl episode to feature the site as being able to live stream something. The portrait Penelope shows of her great aunt originally appeared in Penelope's bedroom in A Wonderful Lie, which I guess was season 1, right? Or 2? Don't quote me on that. Maybe 2. The Undergraduates was watched by 1.78 million viewers, and the episode was commended for the authenticity of Fashion's night out, and Blair and Serena showing consistency in their friendship when faced with sabotage from Juliet. Some music we had by New York Pony Club, The Black Keys, Hot Chip, The Lost Patrol, Alana D, and Miss Mercury. Okay, some questions from our listeners. Lisa asks, Michelle, what do you think is going on with Juliet, the psycho Derek Wall, and the creepy criminal?
I have no idea, and I wish I did. And on break, I was really trying to come up with how
Something.
I'm feeling, what's going on. In the Discord chat, Jalance said, remember that she said he's hot.
She did.
And she said, just remember that.
The reason why she said that will make sense next week.
Right. But that's about all I'm holding on to at this point. And then easier to manipulate the boys.
Obviously,
girls.
because it's Nate and Dan and Chuck.
Right. So what are
maybe
we
not
trying
so Chuck,
to do?
but...
We're trying to get into this world for some reason. Does someone owe money? That, of course, my first thought is money or power or why. And then there's the criminal. Who is he associated with?
However, why do you, without saying too much, remember she literally kept Serena's mugshot.
No, I know.
So it's like, are we focusing on Serena, but yet she's focusing on the whole group because she's trying to crack them all down.
Get to Serena.
I guess so.
Right.
But why?
Yeah, I have no... I guess, hey, listen, maybe this is a nod to the writers because I'm a little stumped.
Ooh, good.
I am. Well,
because
this came out of nowhere. I have no idea what's happening here or who you are. And all of my thoughts that I thought was like the dad, no. Carter, he's on the island. he's the one who stirred up trouble. So this is rough.
It's hard. Also to add to that, Audrienne at audrienne.speedl asks, how long do you predict Juliet's sticking around for?
Did I predict her? I feel like I did on the first episode, but now I don't remember what I said. My bad.
Same.
2 more episodes.
2 more. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're on 3. Episode 5 will be her departure.
Yeah, because I feel like we do have to wrap this up unless this is a full story, a full season arc, which would be really dragged out. Kind of like Serena's dad. Like every episode, I'm like, where's the dad?
That was like
where's
from
the dad?
like
where's the dad?
Where's the dad? End of 2 into all of 3.
Yeah, I mean, how obnoxious was that?
Yeah, that was annoying. And Jess also wants to add, why are they trying so hard to destroy our core characters? Which I know you said you really stumped on this.
Well, yeah. I mean, again, I think either it has to do with a revenge. She brought up the death, and I don't know if that Serena wasn't the overdose.
Pete Fairman, yes.
She brought that up, which I feel like we're past that.
God,
we dealt with that. I mean, really, we dealt with that. So for her to bring that up, I guess, is just to like, strike a nerve and really to just dig into her.
Okay.
But I don't think it has anything to do with that. Like, I'm really trying to think.
You're really stumped. This is good. I like this.
I mean,
maybe next week you'll have a little bit more.
I'm hoping so.
Hopefully.
Hopefully I'll be marinating.
Yes, definitely. Crystal at Chrismol on Instagram asks, what do y'all think of Eva, sorry guys.
She's
so hard
adorable.
For me.
Love Eva.
Love Eva.
She's sweet.
Such a breath of fresh air.
She's sweet. She's pure. She believes
Humble.
in love. She believes in faith. She's a believer. I guess we should leave it at that. Beleva. She's a beleva. So let's.
Sorry, guys.
Oh, she's a beautiful beleva.
Oh, Beleva. Oh no,
that's her name now.
Beleva because it's easier to say than Eva,
which
for
is
some
funny.
reason to me.
Yeah,
and it's cute. Yeah, we are very pro Beleva here.
Very, very.
She's super cute. Mike Del_Vastos says, so much little J talk these past few episodes. When will she make an appearance?
Mike, I was asking Liz also on break. Is Jenny coming
She's
back?
Like, is Jenny coming back? I'm like, yes, she's coming.
Episode, let's see. I'll just pick a random number. We're going to be on 4 next week. Episode 7.
Oh.
I'm hoping holidays.
Okay. I will not confirm nor deny, but pretty good guess.
Thank you.
Tish asks, who do you think will move out first, Serena or Vanessa?
Vanessa.
Well, also she wants to know how long Vag will continue.
Oh boy. There's so many timestamps.
Right? We already did this prediction.
How long will they last? I could see them lasting like a good amount of time, but it's going to be one of those things that because they're not involved with anybody else, it's just going to be dragged on. Okay. It's like, oh, this isn't working. This isn't working. I really have to end it. I'm not ending it.
Right.
It's just going to kind of like
everyone else is kind of like busy.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, let's just keep it for now.
Yeah. I think it's going to fizzle out and not an abrupt ending.
Right. Because last time it kind of was an abrupt ending. He
Right.
cheated. He kissed Serena.
Right.
I can't get over it.
Right.
I'm not over it. I don't know how Vanessa's over it. But she's apparently over it for now. She's trying to make her peace with it. Jillian at Jillian Loves Beyonce asks, how does Blair justify being that awful to herself?
What do you think?
I mean, she obviously has, we talked about this all the time, like her self-worth is very little, even though she acts like it's very high.
Right.
So, and also, like, as much as I couldn't stand the way she treated Eva, we did discuss, like, she's really hurting, extremely hurting from this whole Chuck situation. So I'm trying to put myself in her shoes and not shit on her so much. But that's just the Blair MO is like, I bring everyone down because I'm down.
Well,
like a troll kind of.
Yeah, I mean, I think because of, like you said, the hurt that she's feeling in this very toxic relationship she was a part of, the one true love.
Her OTP.
Her OTP. So that is justified in itself internally. But then you have her who had an amazing episode with Serena.
Yes.
You need to give a nod to that
so
friendship.
Like, on the other hand, their relationship is seeming to be thriving.
Right. And
which is good because, like, you need friendship before anything else.
Yes. And they could have fought legitimately. They could have fought over this whole thing. And Blair even said, like, why would I believe you over Serena? And Serena's like, why would I believe you over Blair? So that right there.
Hey, I said no growth, but that's pretty much
no,
growth.
It is growth.
For their friendship and for Blair, because it's usually Blair the one to get really insecure about the things that happen between her and Serena, and it's usually she's always blaming Serena, and she did, but it was kind of like deserved in the sense that Serena acted kind of silly, thinking that, oh, of course Juliet started this shit because she's jealous of me.
She rightfully called her out on her shit, and the only reason we didn't agree is because we know the background.
Right, exactly, 100% true. Vic at Muse Chick asks, do you think someone like Fleur can change someone like Chuck?
Temporarily, yes. Long term, no.
Yeah. Like, you're always the it's like Bridesmaids when she's like, I think people change all the time. She's like, I think we just grow. I don't think we change. It's like the argument. Well, no, I don't. You're wrong. I think people change. We change every day.
This topic is always interesting to me because I feel that you have your core, right? Okay, because I think back in my own relationship, my personal relationship with Ant, and when we first started dating, I was young, 20, and he was 19.
Yeah, babies.
And he was very immature, and he will tell you that. But
he was 19.
His core
is the same.
Was good.
Yeah.
And so he just needed to blossom and mature. Same thing with me. We needed to work with each other and work their relationship, but our cores were good.
The same.
Not rotten.
Right. So it's like, do I think Chuck and Blair, their core is just manipulation and selfishness? And to an extent, yeah, I feel like that never changes. As much as you, like Chuck is saying, like, new slate, like, I'm ready for this. My life has changed. And you'll see even next week, there's even more so the tease of that, of some things for Chuck. But, like, to the core, like, does your core completely change? I don't know. I don't think so.
There's so much damage because of his upbringing.
Yes. So how could you just completely wipe that?
And without going to therapy?
Right. I mean,
sorry to bring some real talk in here.
Right?
But
if Right. The only way to mend that is to have therapy, to have friends that are close and good outreach and example.
Right.
But the only example he has of that is Lily, who, no offense, has been married 5 times.
No, Eva right now.
Eva.
The Beleva.
So Beleva, he's like, there she is, the angel of my life. She's changed me for the good. So I think he thinks she did, and she doesn't even know that she changed him now, because she doesn't know the old him.
Right. She just mended him back to health.
She just mended him. So it's a tough question. You guys let us know. I'm going to put a poll out. Do you think you can change someone, or will someone change for you?
Yeah, I had that written down. I think that should be.
That's a great topic of discussion. Vic also wants to know, how do you think Serena approached Blair about the rumors she heard from Juliet? And I guess, how did they formulate this new scheme?
I think flat out asked her and told her, and she was like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, and she was like, oh, you're right.
And then they're like,
I'm hopeful that's how it happened, just a mature conversation.
I think so, especially Dorota was a part of it.
Oh, yeah.
Filmed it.
Exactly.
Blair had the plan to have Serena, live with her, make the room for her.
Right, she was already planning that. Yeah. So we knew they were way past it, which was great.
Yeah.
Vic's last question, is Georgina on the island?
Is she on the island?
She's not.
Thank goodness, because she's my favorite.
Yeah, no, she definitely sticks around and comes back.
Does she come back with Milo, or she come back solo?
She comes back with Milo.
Okay, cool. I'm hoping for a family
sort of
meal, family meal Thanksgiving,
right? Well, that's all of our reg questions and comments. We do have some for After Dark, so stick around for those. But we're gonna go into some fashion headbands.
Yeah, I had 2.
I had 4.
Whoa!
The minions were wearing 2 of the twins, the Doublemint twins, I was going to call them, from Columbia.
Yeah.
The ones in the matching dresses. They were wearing 1 each. Then I saw another one at the party event, and then another girl was wearing one with a flower. So I had 4, but you had 2. So
2, yeah.
Meet in the middle, 3.
Yeah, okay.
What else did you like?
I love the pink vibe. So Serena had this patchworky dress.
Yes,
going
I enjoyed with the belt.
Yeah, and Eric's pink shirt.
Yeah, so nice to see Eric. We need to utilize him more.
The way that Eric was reacting, you would think he was Gossip Girl.
You would think.
He could be Gossip Girl.
You would think he was
But I'm just saying, he was very
he's like,
calm
they're
down.
under construction.
It does not mean that they're gone.
Right? Maybe he's working.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I enjoyed Chuck's red silk pajamas. He always has silk pajamas. They always look so comfortable.
I liked Beleva's dress.
The beaded.
Yeah.
Very Sue Wong.
Pretty-esque,
yeah. I did like Serena's black and white dress at the party. I didn't love the belt combination, but I felt like the dress was a little mature.
The cut was
But
pretty.
the cut was great.
Yeah.
I also liked her denim vest with the clear umbrella.
Super cute. I have a clear umbrella. I love my clear umbrella.
So cute.
It's great because you could see where you're walking.
That's so true.
And you could stay fully covered. I liked Padge's plaid shirt.
Yes, as did I. Jess liked Lily's dress at Fashion's Night Out. I also had Eva's dress.
I liked Blair's robe at the end.
Oh, me too. Looks so cozy.
Yeah.
Quotes?
Yes.
I have genetics don't lie, even though some doctors who administer paternity tests do.
Nepotism. That explains it.
Oh my God, I laughed so hard with that. Nothing makes it a party like a Serena Blair showdown.
I do hate to disrespect tradition.
I know. I was just drunk on gin and attention. That's like Blair's signature. If Ted Danson and Tom Selleck can do it, so can we, right?
Champagne?
Once men have tasted caviar, it baffles me how they'll just settle for catfish.
What's going on flash sale? Wrap dresses?
Oh my God. Wrap dresses were so big.
I know.
I had so many. And then looking back, I'm like, why?
Yeah.
I mean, they were slimming though.
They are, yeah.
So tell me who the hell you are, Chuck Bass. Yes.
Yeah. That's the last one I had.
Yeah. And I have Chuck. It's a good story, but it has a happy ending. Like, what? Who are you? MVP and shittiest?
Yeah.
I'm surprised. I did my notes a few days ago, and I'm looking at my MVP. I'm like, all right, we'll go with that. All right, MVP.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
3, 2, 1.
Serena Blair.
Oh my God. You picked Serena and Blair. So did Tish and Angelina.
Combination.
They did a duo.
Mm-hmm.
I picked Dan. I felt like the step up. Like, I'm just going to be daddy. I'm going to take this kid. He's not even mine. I don't want him to go into the foster care. Will also picked Dan. And just Lisa and Vic all picked Lily.
Yeah.
And then Mike just picked Serena by herself. But
Wow.
Tish and Angelina
Shocker
also
there.
agreed with you with the Belina.
Yeah, because the friendship and just, I really loved that moment. Coming together, working together, and now they're roommates. Let's hope this sticks.
Let's
Probably
hope.
not forever, but in the long run, yes.
I mean, it is Blair and Serena.
Right. Exactly.
Okay, shittiest.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, Juliet. I also gave a tiny nod to Blair just for the one scene because I can't let it go. But
That's fair.
You know,
It's fair.
Juliet most definitely deserved the award.
Yeah.
Will, Mike, Tish, and Jess also agreed with us. Lisa picked Eric for shit stirring. Which now rewatching it, I feel like he did slip up. Like he didn't mean necessarily to admit the Jenny Chuck situation from the past. But I understand where she's coming from. And then Vic and Angelina also picked Blair.
Mm-hmm.
Because bitch. Bitch.
Yeah.
All right. Shall we go into Betty of the Week?
Yes.
You're a total Betty. You're a total Betty. You're a total Betty.
Okay, so this week I chose to represent Mad About Mal.
Oh, so cute, Mal.
Because we have seen her a ton on Discord. I mean, our Discord chat is going 24/7, 7 days a week, which we are so happy for. That is the reason why we started the Discord chat. That's one of our perks on our Patreon $7.99 tier. You literally can chat with all of your fellow patrons for the entirety of the entire day. You can talk about OC, Gossip Girl, One Tree Hill, anything in general. I mean, we're talking about Greek over there and Buffy the Vampire Slayer, whatever. And Mal, I've been seeing your name pop up a lot, and every time I do, it makes me extremely happy because I mean, we have some of these OG people we always hear from. They're always in the chat, which is great. But I feel like Mal has really stepped it up, and she is getting her voice across to the rest of our community. And we see you, Mal, and I just want to say hi and thank you so much for sticking with us for as long as you have. And we really love your contributions to our little chat.
Yeah, and your enthusiasm is so good.
And you're so positive. It's so sweet.
Thanks, Mal.
Thank you, Mal. All right, title for next week.
Oh, boy. Here
next week is uber frustrating, in my opinion.
Oh,
You'll
great.
see why for a few reasons, but it's also good. I do enjoy it.
Okay.
Title for next week, Touch of Eva. 3 gossip words are...
3 gossip words.
Philanthropy, pact, flaky.
Pack or packed?
Pact.
Okay.
PACT.
And flaky?
Flaky.
Like a fish?
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Fishing?
Fishing. Here we go. Touch of Beleva. Well,
Beleva. It's Touch of Beleva, not Eva, just Touch of Beleva.
Juliet, I think, is in the philanthropy.
Oh, okay.
I think we're going to be going more into this and taking down. God, she's so involved. She wants to do with the
She's
kids.
involved everywhere. I don't understand.
Right.
She's so good at inserting herself in everywhere. Like, how are you a volunteer there, over there? Now you go to Columbia and you're the key holder? I don't get it.
Yeah.
She's everywhere.
So she's no longer, is she still the key holder? Her key was
her key was given to Serena.
Was
So I think
revoked.
that's done.
Okay. So
Which I'm surprised it even lasted that long. Because honestly, I mean, spoiler, I don't even know what happens, but I don't think she actually goes to Columbia.
well, yeah, I didn't think so. No, this is all bullshit. So a pact. Okay, we'll go with pact because what's coming in is Serena and Blair are going to make a pact. No boys. So I think we're going to do that. Flaky. Juliet is flaky towards Nate. Nate is like, this girl can't commit. You said you were going to meet me. What's happening? She's flaky. And then the philanthropy, there's got to be some kind of, either that's going to be her excuse. Juliet's, I'm working on this. I'm involved in that, which is going to make her flaky towards Nate. And the girls have a pact, no boys.
Love it. You're pretty spot on with the flakiness. I'll tell you that. Yeah.
Cool. Awesome.
She flaky for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, great predictions, Michelle.
Thank you.
That's a wrap on 4-3. We have made it another week. Want to thank all of you for participating with your questions and listening each week. If you haven't already done so, please do us a service of leaving us a review and rating us on iTunes/Apple Podcasts, because I don't ever know what to call it. iTunes, Apple Podcasts.
Podcasts.
They're interchangeable.
Well, that's what the app's called.
The app is called Apple Podcasts.
Yeah.
So we will forever be grateful to you if you do leave us a rating and review. And if you have already, maybe your homework is share it with a Gossip Girl loving friend, or maybe get a friend to start watching Gossip Girl so that way they can listen to us and you guys have something to talk about each week.
It's just another thing for you to bond over.
Exactly. BFF for life. Be a Blair and Serena, you know. And next week, teaser, we will be having our first episode ever featuring a fellow podcasters that love Gossip Girl. Steph and Marley from Cutscenes and Cupcakes podcast will be joining us in the second half of next week. So make sure you get your questions in by Wednesday night for them, because they are going to be super excited to answer them. We are really, really excited to implement this new guest spot, introducing some new podcasters out there. So please DM us or send us an email, 3gossipgirls@gmail. Yeah, 3gossipgirlspod@gmail.com. I was like, are those words coming out of my mouth?
No, you got it.
I was doing so well tonight.
I know. You're still doing so well.
Yeah, so get those questions in. I'm sure they would love to answer them next week. Shout out to Kaylee at _little_otter for sending us a sweet message on Instagram about how much they are loving listening to the podcast and they're almost caught up to us. So, hi Kaylee,
when you get here.
Yay! I'm also going to read off Will's treat in this non-spoiler segment from now on, since some of our newbies have missed it each week. I've been reading it in After Dark, so from now on, I will read it before.
Here you go.
Will's character storylines as song titles. So we have Blair, Serena, Lily, Winning Ugly, The Rolling Stones, Chuck, Secret Meeting, The National, Dan and Milo, Just the Two of Us, Bill Withers, George Washington Jr., Nate, Easier to Walk Away, Elton John, Vanessa, Dare You to Move, Switchfoot, reference to One Tree Hill moment. Eric and Rufus, Better Than Revenge by Taylor Swift. I thought that was impeccable. Juliet, White Liar, Miranda Lambert. Georgina, I Want You Back by the Jackson 5. Penelope, Back in the Saddle by Aerosmith. Eva, Never Gonna Give Up on You, Rick Astley. And Dorota, These Walls by Kendrick Lamar. I mean, always a gem.
Perfect, Will. Thank you.
Always a gem.
Gosh, look forward to that every week.
All righty, guys. See you in After Dark if you're joining us.
Yeah.
You know you love us.
XOXO.
Gossip Girls.
After Dark.
All right, Michelle, we've reached the After Dark segment. Woo! Now we can kind of relax.
Take the bra off and swing it around.
I know. It's hard now that you know to like, now you're in my shoes every time we do the non-spoiler part of the episode, which I'm like dying to just like discuss more.
Okay, we had a lot of issues with
So did Jess, because as Michelle and I wanted to know, Jess brought it to the attention of, why does Dan seem so surprised Georgina's sitting on the beach when he fucking posted the picture?
Well, wait. At this point, according to articles last week, Eric was supposed to be Gossip Girl.
Well, according to Heather at HD Miglassi states that the Eric and Nate as Gossip Girl info we were given last week was only really teased by Joshua Safran and not Stephanie Savage and Josh Schwartz. So I don't know if there was like some miscommunication there, but Stephanie Savage on her final interview of the show stated that they always wanted it to be Dan, and they never were sure if they actually were going to even reveal it. So kind of like the books.
Imagine?
Well, kind of like the books where she's just an entity and there's no revelation of who it actually is.
That's fine, but in the books, the two that I read,
it's minuscule, right?
Yeah, but like, can you imagine if it just never came out?
Yeah,
if this was a running joke, and you're like, Michelle, who's Gossip Girl every week, and then we get to the final,
and
it's like, oh, guess what? There actually is no Gossip Girl. We don't.
Well, I guess that wouldn't have ever been a segment because it is a part of the show.
To play a dirty joke, you could have done it.
You're right. I could have.
That's mean.
That would have been mean. Heather also goes into saying that it was revealed in the pilot, but they had to delete the scene because. Which I think I mentioned this in the past, or maybe I've definitely read it before. But she also mentioned that Gossip Girl is Dan's way of manipulating situations, like not being mad at Jenny for posting that picture of him and Serena last season. He wanted to be with Serena, so he didn't have a problem leaking it. It's true. So she said also the fact that he's constantly trying to explain Faulkner to his friends and then mentions it in the blast in season 3 is very obvious. So going back to Jess's question that she couldn't believe that Dan was surprised of seeing Georgina on the beach. Like, why are we showing Dan surprised?
Okay.
But I get it. They're trying to throw you off, right?
Well, see, I also think, and maybe I'm wrong and we won't know, but I still feel that Gossip Girl was created and then he has minions. Not even minions. It's kind of like a forum.
It's kind of like you
Reddit,
do it yourself. Yeah.
Or you just Twitter, or you just post, and it's kind of anonymously. Everybody's under the Gossip Girl. So someone, which I'm like,
there has to be like a mod though, like a moderator, right?
Maybe there isn't. Maybe this is like the technical difficulties of Under Construction. But then the Under Construction was because he's dealing with trying to figure out where Georgina is.
School year is starting. You have a baby. You don't know where Georgina is. So maybe he needed some time.
Like, I'm thinking Georgina sent that photo of herself. And uploaded it to herself.
And so he was surprised.
And he was
seeing
surprised,
it.
like, what the fuck? How did this happen? And
right.
also, where have you been? This is
right.
This would make sense in my world and in my mind. This is definitely not what they were thinking because they didn't think that far.
You're right. You're so right.
Thank you.
Also, how would he know about Serena not getting into Hamilton House because it was literally live feed and he was dealing with the Milo shit. Again, same thing.
So you can upload as free as you want. It's kind of this all access, post as you can.
Yeah.
Kind of like a Facebook market group.
Kind of.
A Facebook moms group where you can just upload as you want.
Yep.
And there's no filter yet.
Right.
There's no
Tish actually
moderation.
had the same theory. When she found out that Dan is Gossip Girl, she didn't really understand, and he must run a server,
right?
And people just submit to him, and he files through and makes captions. Also, he really posts about himself, which is also suspicious.
Yeah,
it's true.
But then you think about it, like, who would give a shit about Padge? So why would Padge be posting about Padge?
Right.
He's like, who cares about Humphrey from Brooklyn?
In the past, I don't know if I ever mentioned this, but obviously I haven't because I've only been able to talk with you for the last 3 weeks about Dan being Gossip Girl. But there's a point that he gives everyone nicknames, but then he also does refer to them as their own names, and he never once refers to himself as Dan, only just the lonely boy. Like, he never mentions his own name. He'll never say Dan, I don't think.
In Gossip Girl Blast?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I could have just totally made that up. You guys have to check me, but
okay.
Yeah, so there's that. Audrey-Ann states that Gossip Girl was spoiled for her by a teacher, assuming that she's seen it. So she went back and just watched the whole thing, and now she loves it.
Wow, a teacher?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Angelina says that Dan had to get ready for college, so he took the site offline. Watching Eric look at the site makes me think what could have been. They actually went to college this episode, bless. They had so many cut shots to Eric and Gossip Girl to hint that they were going to have him be it. Dan wasn't there, but when he did, we have time for her while Dan wasn't there, but when did he have the time to be her while he was worried about Milo?
Right.
Right. All good points here.
Yeah.
So
I wanted to share a follow-up story.
yeah.
So
Here we go.
last week we posted our reel. We posted a reel on our Gossip Girl Instagram, and my friend who
Oh my God.
spoiled who
This
Gossip
is so
Girl is
good.
for me messaged me. Bless her heart. It was like, oh my God, you found out who Gossip Girl is? Who is it?
And then she still says, I still didn't remember who it was.
And I didn't answer her because I still feel like I don't even know how to break this to her that it was you.
Right? Like,
You
don't break
did
her
it.
heart.
I just
So oblivious.
didn't address that part of the conversation, and hours went by and something else was brought up, and I was like, okay, good, we'll never go back to
It's
this.
so funny, but just like,
It
she's
was
got a lot of
you.
shit going on in her life, you know? Like,
Right.
it's just like, yeah, so who spoiled it for you? It's so awful. It's so funny,
Just
though.
made me laugh. I was like, is this
And she texted to me. She goes, I don't know how to respond. I was like,
Krista was like, you should just be like, it was you. And I was like, I can't, no. Because then she's going to feel awful.
Of course she'll feel
I'll be like, yeah, this
awful.
actually changed the whole trajectory of the show. So thank you. No,
I know.
super funny.
But I'm kind of happy that you know, because it's like one less thing I have to worry about censoring around you, you know?
And then I told my boss, and my boss is like, oh, thank God, because this whole time I thought I was going to end up telling you
it's so
by
hard.
accident.
I know.
And plus, this part's kind of fun because now I feel like, oh, every episode I'm like, yes, now we can talk about
Now
it.
we can talk about it. Yeah. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
Well, any last remarks?
No, I mean, I I'm going with my, like what Tish said, with the server.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Group, and let's see how this rolls. And now that the live stream factor. So let me question this. It was under construction. Was it because he was enabling the live stream option?
Oh, maybe.
Was making
like we need a little break to kind of figure out the kinks, and then
right. Even though, why would you give a damn since you're dealing with baby drama?
right. That's why he must have someone helping him, or people just upload and it goes as they prompt it.
Right.
You know.
Savage.
Interesting.
I'm like thinking,
It
I'm like, I
is.
cannot believe it. I know it's not a big deal. I hear Shannon be like, Michelle, get over it. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, like maybe to him, it kind of just like he started this thing and it became a thing. He's like, I don't got time to deal with it. So you guys do it
You
yourselves.
run it.
You run it. You're basically all Gossip Girls because.
All Gossip Girls.
And now it's pathetic because honestly, it's just Columbia people.
Right.
Because nobody else in the fucking college world gives a shit about Gossip Girl besides Columbia.
Right, because we're not.
NYU doesn't care.
And we're not following anything that's happening at Constance.
Right. We're just following Serena Blair, Nate, Chuck. That's it.
That's
really,
it.
truly, because again, they don't really mention Dan. Jenny's missing. Eric doesn't go through drama, and that's really it. I mean, we're occasionally, I should say, throwing in parent situations, but it's only because of what happens with the kids.
Right.
Like we're not posting about Lily and Rufus's love life on there.
No.
So, yeah, like it.
Uh-huh.
All right, guys. Until next week. Make sure to get those questions in for Steph and Marley. I'm super excited.
Me too.
We're going to have them on for the second half for Touch of Eva. Beleva.
Leva.
Thank you so much for listening to 3 Gossip Girls. You can find us on all social media platforms at 3 Gossip Girls Pod or at 3gossipgirlspod@gmail.com.
This has been a Total Betty Media podcast, produced and edited by Michelle Rubenstein and Alyssa Tenio, music by Anthony Vicora.